The worst thing you can do is judge yourself when you do that shit. Just be like, damn, I just astral stepped into an arrow. Probably shouldn't do that again. You know, like that's all. Don't beat yourself up. Don't assign like, damn, I suck. Or like, damn, that was bad. Don't say that to yourself. It actually f***s you, man. I said on stream, man, I played like shit last game, but I'm happy we won. And then I was like, you know what, guys? I should stop saying that. I had 3 big mistakes last game. The rest of the game, I played pretty well. Like, if you talk yourself in generalizations or you, like, assign a judgment to something you just did, you're gonna get demoralized. And you're gonna play like a like, that's what's gonna happen. Are you on the same page with me here? We all do it.
Yeah. So I understand.
If you are scared to go in there, it is a much bigger problem than this example. You know what I mean? Like, whether or not it was this specific game, you know, whether or not meaning, like, because of prior events in this game that caused you to do this, and in most games you would still do it, the fact that you're not doing it in this game means that the reasoning
it's something I do already. Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's not the first time that I do this because it's happening.
Yeah, if you're having a rough game, that doesn't mean to stop playing balls to the wall, bro. That's how Void Spirit plays. Like, I don't care if you've made an idiot of yourself 5 times in a row this game. I don't care. The last thing, that's why I get so mad at my teammates when they're shit-talking the guy on my team that's playing bad. You know, it's like, if the guy is legit a bot and just doing nothing and looks like he actually bought his account, that's different. But, like, if the guy just, like, had a couple bad plays, ate an arrow, or, you know, ate a punch hook and died, it's like, the last thing you want to do to that guy is, like, tell him how bad he is. Because the guy's just going to play even worse. You know, I'm just like,
it never helps.
It never helps, man. So, like, don't do it to yourself, at the very least. Like, don't do it to yourself.
Banana slam jam.
Your MMR says shooting for 6K. What's it looking like?
I'm 2 games out.
And you were mid?
Yeah.
Okay. You were the SF, right?
Yes. yes.
Just making sure I remember correctly. So I'll be honest with you, man. I'm a little, like, mentally drained. But that just means I'm going to be a little more mellow than normal.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say more mean.
No. I'll be very chill accent.
That works.
So, do you have any comments going into today's session, or do you just want to?
Well, you told me I was kind of doo-doo in the mid lane, the laning stage last time, so I've been, working on that.
I gave you a little bit more context than just saying you were doo-doo, right?
Yeah, you said I just lost all my lanes of the first wave or 2, and then after that it didn't really matter at that point.
Okay.
So I've got like 3 CS or something by wave 3.
Gotcha.
And you told me to work on that, so I worked on that.
Okay. How'd it go?
It's felt better, I dipped a bit before that, and now I'm back up to 5,900. Like I said, 2 games out, so it's been better. I've been thinking for my picks more about the lane. Like one game they had Void Spirit mid with a bunch of people that Underlord's good against. So I said, "Fuck it, I'm picking Underlord mid," and then just out CS him the entire time. I don't know. It's been nice.
Cool.
Activate Windows. What the heck?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's not my computer.
Bootleg?
It's not my computer, dude. Okay. Nobody else can see that. Shut up about it. Okay, so.
I die first blood, yeah. You're about to see it.
Not the Grimstrip?
No, that's what I was thinking. I was like, all right, we're gonna, and then I just get wrapped on. The gush did me in.
Yeah, that Luna with the reach round.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for it.
And dewarded.
Yeah, I did. I was like, oh man, is it really happening? Am I getting?
Let me turn you down just a bit. It's not your fault. Let me. Sorry, no, you're good. You can keep your regular volume. I'm gonna turn you down.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, rough start. You're losing the first 2 creep waves in a very different way than last time. Okay.
Yeah, just dying and getting dewarded.
Okay, not a bad move right there.
I tried to pull off, but she just had too much damage.
Yeah. Well, he dodged it anyway.
Alright, this happens to me every single time I want to get runes with the new changes. They go and get theirs, and I get 2 denies on my creeps, and then it just goes into my tower too. So I have to kite around, or I end up dragging 3 creeps, and then there's 7 on my next wave. I don't know if I should just say screw it and go get it instantly, or take the denies.
I'll just be honest with you. I haven't really played mid this patch. I've watched it a lot. I've watched it a lot. Okay. And I don't have some fancy answer for you. It's literally that if you choose to sit back and deny 2 creeps while she's getting the rune, you're gonna end up with 7 creeps. And is that worth it? I don't know. Like, you tell me. Like, I'm not saying this as like a cop out. I'm saying this. It's actually on you, and you should be able to at the 6K level to decide for yourself. That's the consequence of this action. Was it correct for me? You know, it's like, would you rather have 4-on-4 creeps with no denies, or 7-on-4 creeps against you with 2 denies? Like, what would you rather have? I don't know. That could maybe vary based on the matchup. You know, what if it's like a Queen of Pain or something that like daggered you and hit you the entire time those 7 creeps are underneath your tower? It's like, well, shit, you know, maybe you just took 500 damage, and that's not good. But like, what if it's I feel like in the Wind Ranger matchup early, she's not really gonna do too much to you. So maybe in this matchup, not a big deal. Sometimes the answer is simpler than you want it to be. You know, it's just like, okay, well, that's the beauty of high-level Dota, you know, is that the funny thing is, if you're asking the question, I can almost guarantee you that the 9K guy or the 10K guy has already asked that question like 5 days ago. You know, he probably, like, it's a new patch. You know, it's a new patch. We're all trying to solve it. Pretty much all MMR means is how quickly you can adjust to shit and how much you know about the game and how you'll apply it to new rules and stuff. So for you, you can watch somebody else if you want. You know, like, the funny thing is, I think my understanding of the patch has been way better in regards to strategy than almost everybody I'm seeing in pubs, because I'm forced to watch 7 games of Dota a day. Okay?
DPC every
And the funny thing is, you know, I'm in my stream, like, trying to be PMA or whatever, but I'm just watching the people in my games have these, like, dog shit picks and, like, game-ruining fucking picks, and I'm just like, dude, I've literally watched this on DPC yesterday. And I'm, like, trying to remember. I'm like, oh, yeah, the reason why I know this is because I'm literally consuming, you know, 8 hours of competitive Dota a day. So, you know, that's not something I chose to do, but I also have to understand that strategically, I'm way ahead of people in this patch, but mechanically, I'm way behind because I'm not playing. I don't have time to play. So it's a weird dynamic going on so far, my trip in Europe. So very peculiar. But I'll just tell you, yeah, man, like, you can watch other people to answer these type of questions if you want. I do it all the time. You're at the level where you can watch 8K, 9K players with the specific decision in mind on a new patch, new hero, whatever, and see, like, you just be consciously aware between the 2 things you're deciding between, and, you know, see what they did and why. You know, like, if they chose to get the 2 denies and you notice they had 7 creeps under their tower and nothing really went wrong, then you're like, oh, okay, that's fine. But, like, you know, sometimes they choose to just go get the rune immediately. You could probably theorize that they didn't want 7 creeps, and there's a reason for it. You know, it's all you can really do. You're at the point where you will only grow if you can really think independently, but also, like, as long as you're looking at the right factors, that's all that matters to me. Gank to 5 position time. That was a nice gank. Came back just in time for the catapult. Pretty efficient use of your time there. Dragged outside a tower. Great, great. Good stuff. Okay. It's funny to watch the difference between a 6K and a 4K.
is that what you use?
I just got done with a 4K, yeah. Okay. Went top. 2 bounties, Pog. Very cool.
Dude, I love them bounties stacking up. It feels so good.
Okay. Actually, I'm not gonna call you a 6K. Sorry, a 5900.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, make sure you remember that.
No pretending.
Let me rewind for a second there. Okay, so you don't have a TP. You see what's going on bottom. The lane's pushed in. So this is a perfect example that, is there anything you can do to Luna right now?
No, she's playing really safe and I can't really dive her.
Okay. So then let's play it out, okay? So the lane's going to be right here. Is there anything you can do to her now?
No.
Okay.
Tide's here.
So what is she going to do after she finishes this?
She's just going to push in and go camp.
Where is she going to go?
The small camp.
So what do you think you should have done after you got the rune?
Oh, eating her small camp.
Yeah, man. So the cool thing is when you can't directly fuck with somebody, you can fuck with where they're gonna go. That's a cool little play you can make. Just something to think about, by the way. I don't. It seems small, but small camps like 70 gold.
If I went over and my small camp is gone.
Yeah. If you were Luna, you'd be like, shit, man, that sucks. And
Who
that's
farmed this on my team.
Yeah, exactly. It's just something to think about where, like, as a mid, it is somewhat your job to pressure the opponent carry into farming less. So if you can't confront them, a lot of times the most annoying players in my bracket, they literally just farm the camps they know I'm going to go to next, and they know I can't do anything about it. So it's, like, really annoying. It'll add up if you do it every game. Okay. So we're going to smoke into the Luna's camps. Didn't work out. Okay.
Sad.
It's life.
I very much thought that they were going to come from this right side, so I threw the remnant up, but they went behind me. And
Yeah, so I'll just tell you that the move you just made forced 4 heroes. So if you're going to position in lane, it should be up here. It seems really small, but at my level, it is super important. Like, this seems like really nitpicky probably to the average viewer, but I will tell you it kills you or not, okay? And I was actually watching Quinn yesterday, and he was like fucking clinical. He was playing Razor against Kunkka, and he's fucking shit on this guy. It was like ranked fucking 25 Robo Z or something, like an actual high-ranked mid laner in NA. And yes, he was in a favorable matchup as Razor versus Kunkka, but he fucking demolished this guy. Literally everything he did. And one of the examples that he did was that there was a point where randomly Robo Z started playing aggressively when he was like level 7 and Quinn was level 9. And I was just like, and Quinn instantly backed off to a point where he couldn't get the X, okay? And I was just like, and the way he actually finished the creep wave off, but he did it from like over here. You know what I mean? And I was just like, dude. Like, and he probably just dodged a 4-man gank, but nobody watching even knows this. You know, like, because you don't see the other 3 heroes behind the Kunkka, but Quinn just knows. My point being is you forced a reaction to their triangle, you're farming a creep wave nearby. No matter what they do to kill you, if they kill you when you're, like, right here, then you can give me that same spiel you just gave me, okay? But make them kill you when you're right here, because that kind of tells you that you misgauged it, or you just weren't allowed to farm that creep wave, or whatever. But if you forced a reaction down here, and you're playing on that side of the creep wave, that's just wrong in every circumstance. And it's a huge deal at the highest level. Absolutely huge. Like that arena doesn't even clip you if you're right up here.
Yep.
Okay. It will make or break 300-400 units whether or not you die, especially on these like high mobility storm spirits, void spirits, all that kind of shit, because you'll get that astral step off or whatever. Okay. Died. Seems small, but I die that way too, and I get upset with myself, so I'll get upset with you. Okay, moving on.
Thank you.
Working on a Yules, bunch of people mid. So this is an interesting debate. So let's rewind a bit. See what led up to this. So they're pushing a catapult, so you instantly TP. Okay. Okay, then never mind. No debate here. This all seems reasonable. Let's fast forward. This is my debate with you, because I actually realize when I'm talking to, like, about 6Ks, maybe 5K or above, we have to start, like, assuming that you might do things right or like do things differently than I would, and neither answer is necessarily wrong. Okay, I'm just
Okay.
giving everyone context. So you TP'd mid. I understood why you TP'd mid. Okay, so like they were pushing with a catapult. If you didn't instantly TP in, they either got like the favorable positioning on your tower, or maybe they did a lot of damage to the tower. So now you've been sitting mid, and by being here, you're consistently forcing like 1 or 2 heroes to be here. And I'll ask you, like, if it's you and your DK sitting mid right now, like, how do you feel about this? I don't actually know. How do you feel about what's going on right now? DK has ult form going. You're hitting this tower. How do you feel about this?
I think I feel good about it because my idea was I communicated. I told him I'm friends with this DK, so we were like using endgame and everything. I told him I've got Yules coming on Courier. If she stays here, we can kill her. I Yules her up and then force a TP. And I was like, oh, I mean, we could just keep chipping at this. It's keeping Tide from, I don't know what a Tide 5 does, push out that lane or something. But I mean, I'm okay with it, especially because we can do it safely.
Okay.
The top tower's already gone, and I don't think my Weaver's in a huge amount of danger. I can't really get in their triangle right now, so I'm okay with just chilling mid personally.
Okay. So let's fast forward a bit. You get this haste rune. You forced a reaction. Now, how do you feel about it? Because I think you guys keep doing the same thing. I've already kind of spoiled it, but how do you feel about it now? Is it same thing? Any different? Any changes?
I don't really think it's changed because it's just a Tide. Like I think we can still do what we were doing regardless if Tide is here or not. Him just being here means he's not on my Weaver or doing something else.
Okay.
Like I don't think he's enough to stop us, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'll be very clear. I want you to consider my perspective, and if you choose to do the exact same thing again, whatever, okay? I just want you to consider my perspective. This is how top level players debate, by the way. Like I'm just telling you, like in a team atmosphere, if the teammates respect each other, it's not about like you did this wrong or whatever. It's like, hey, this was an option too.
Discussion.
Yeah. So there's actually, I think it would probably be good for viewers to see, and it's probably good to approach with you that maybe your decision might be right. Because I don't play as much mid as you. So for all I know, this might be the consistently right play. The way I look at this is there's a lot of moving factors, but I'll list everything that comes to my head and just see if it changes your mind, or at least gives you a shedding of light on a situation where maybe in the future you'd potentially behave differently. So what I see is that what type of carry is Weaver? Where does he like to play?
He can. I mean, he's not a triangle farmer, right? He can play his lane or
he occupies a lane.
Deadline.
He occupies a lane. Okay, like there's so many variables that can decide what lane he occupies, but it's gonna be a lane. And so most of the time it's the side lanes. Most of the time, not always, but most of the time. So Weaver is bottom right now. So what that tells me is that he's not going top, is what that basically tells me. If he TP's top, then I would be surprised. That's just kind of how I would view Weaver, because Weaver has such mana limitations that he actually can't really afford to like TP places and consistently stay on the map that way. He kind of has to stay in the same area. So I'm listing Weaver specifically. So with that in mind, I would then say I have a Weaver farming bottom, and nothing I do is really going to change that. I'll just be honest with you. Like, the thing is, if they were to bring 4 heroes bottom, he would probably then go top. So with that in mind, I don't think anything I'm doing on the map is actually influencing his game. I feel like he's just going to do his own game. Okay, so that's my perspective first off. Second off, they have a Luna in the jungle. Okay, so like there is a hero on the game that I want to shut down. So I'm like forcing them to react to mid. Where do you think Luna's farming right now?
She's top jungle.
Okay, so it's one of these. It's like right here or right here.
Triangle.
I'm saying it's like either this or this, right?
Sure, yeah.
Both of which is around mid. Okay, like both of which is somewhat close to mid. The thing for me that I look at this as is that I want to force the opponent to be as close to Luna as possible, which is great, meaning I want to force them near mid. Because like the last thing you want to do is have Luna safely farming these camps and having one guy farm each side lanes on their team and no pressure being created. That's not what we want. So any pressure I'm going to try to create is probably around the mid lane because it's a Luna and she's not like an anti-mage where she's splitting. She's like a lot of the stuff she's doing is around here. So my idea is to always yank people around the map. So I'm like, perfect. I just forced this support tied mid, Wind Ranger's mid right now. So based on that fact that Mars is dead, Luna's farming those camps that we talked about, and then we just forced 2 heroes mid, their entire team's within like this circle. Now make them get out of that circle. Like that's how I look at it. Like just make them fuck off of that circle. Because what you do is like you could have anything else you want on the map. So my issue is if you TP'd in and you thought, okay, I forced a reaction, I'm going to go somewhere else. That means you're not available to be back.
Yeah,
again, which is really bad. We don't want you to walk away from mid, especially when they've been threatening it. And I agree with your sentiment that this is the lane of contention. You know, like this is the lane where if you're going to apply pressure, it's correct. If the opponent's going to take a tower, it's correct. So with that in mind, I think since your TP is now available, that you should have delivered yourself another TP. You should let your DK do his thing here, and you should just casually walk top right now. Like, that's what I would want you to do. Like, or that's what I would want to do. I'd be like, okay, great move, force the tide, but now I look at the top lane, I'm like, damn, that's just so free, man. That's so free. And the way I simply look at it is, you could be farming 3 lanes, but you're only farming 2. That's really the way I look at it. Like, you guys could be farming 3 lanes. This mentality stops happening at like 15, 20 minutes, okay? Like, somewhere around there, like, don't farm 3 lanes. Like, that's when you die. But, like, up until, like, 15 minutes or so, you can consider, like, how much efficiency can I eke out of this game? Because at the highest level, really it is how long can one team farm 3 lanes for? Like, that really is, like how EG plays, for instance. That really is how they play. Like, how long can they farm 3 lanes for? Sometimes they get a little carried away. You know, sometimes they stay separated for too long and have a couple bad deaths. But the point is that if I can force the opponent to only farm 2 lanes, and I can farm 3, that's, like, in my opinion, an amazing deal. Like, great.
Yeah, it's like having triangle and taking both waves, and then they only have one in like a bit of a jungle somewhere. And then winning.
So for me,
but earlier,
your move is really good. I just think it would make the move better is if you quickly
just go top.
Go top for 1 or 2 waves and then run right back, or TP right back. Like you could literally just TP right back and rinse and repeat. You know, if you want to, depending on the situation at hand. But yes, your DK popped ult form. I just look at this as like it's 2 cores. You're not doing that much damage to the tower. Like you've already gotten the reaction. I don't hate it. Like it's not terrible. It's just I just look at like DK ends up leaving anyway. You know, that's how I look at it. I feel like it's just a little bit not greedy enough. A little bit too forced is how I look at it. So up to you. Like I said, just consider it. Just consider the approach I had there. So you're gonna TP bottom, or no? You walk bottom. Okay. Definitely should have given yourself a TP.
Yeah. I haven't gotten used to buying another one every single time.
Yeah, I think I will say it took me a little while to get used to that too. I think the perfect rotation would have been to do exactly what I said: walk back to mid, and then walk back to bottom the way you just did. Like, I think this would have been beautiful, because you would have gotten an extra, like, 2 or 3 creep waves top. DK would have just stayed mid.
Yeah, and we just shoved in the entire map.
It's, like, almost the exact same thing, but this is actually the kind of stuff that starts mattering at, like, 6k plus.
I was really upset that she got my mid tower there.
I would be, too. Okay, so we got a... So I think you're quickly realizing that you can't just ram your face at these guys.
Yeah.
This is even worse, I think. I would 100% be fucking with this Luna right now. If I'm you, I'm not thinking that this tower needs to die. I cannot fucking believe that a carry like Luna is farming right here. This is like, this time it's actually not a debate, I don't think. This is absurd.
Yeah, you go kill her.
If I'm a Luna, it's not just, I don't want to say kill her. She's not allowed to farm this creep wave. Let me be very clear, guys, people watching at home. Heroes differ. In Anti-Mage, he's allowed to farm this creep wave. Because if we were to TP in, unless we had 2 heroes set up preemptively, he'll just blink away. Luna, she's not allowed to hit this fucking creep wave. Because she'll fucking die if there's anyone there, right? Like, if anyone on your team is there and you just TP in front of her face, she's literally dead. She's literally dead. 100% of the time. So, this is the kind of stuff where... you're 100% forcing it now. Because Luna was like... yeah, because Luna was jungling earlier, that's like... it's different, that case. But this is a situation on the map that Luna should never be allowed to farm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Luna took your fucking tower. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I care about right now. Then she gets to show up to the fight late. First time, debatable. Talked about all the moving factors. Second time, definitely not debatable. I actually think this forcing of mid has probably cost you the early momentum you guys had. The game was about even, and now it's like 4K in their favor. Weaver also dying didn't help, but I'm just kind of looking at your impact on anything you could have done.
Yeah.
I think it's also going to hurt your farm a bit. You probably missed like 600 gold worth of farm by not going top earlier. And it's probably even more gold after Luna killed your tower and you didn't farm that creep wave either. Well, we're going to get Roche. Okay, we killed Luna. Cool. Yeah, you're just underfarmed, I think. Yeah, you're just like, you could just probably have about 1,000 extra net worth here. It's hard as a mid to find the right farm, but pretty good execution in fights. Okay. Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, dude, I was so pissed.
Unfortunate. Okay. So you're respawning. You're gonna walk mid. You're the opposite of me. I'm inefficient, or I'm really efficient on the map, and then I forget to push BKB in the fight and die. And you, on the other hand, you're inefficient on the map, and then you push your buttons nicely in fights. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. So maybe not right there. That was a tough one, though. Okay. Okay.
This Mirana had my number during this game. The next couple deaths are just a 5-second arrow. Which made me feel like the Ags might have been a little too greedy when it's not really shutting anybody down.
What do you want to do on the map right now? Here's my question. What are you thinking? Like, what's going through your head, actually? I don't want to say what you would do on the map. What's going through your head right now?
Well, we just lost. We just lost that fight. I think we lost one before it too, so I'm like, we're not really having momentum. There's no Roche. We have wards in their jungle, and like they're all dead respawning, so I could go bottom, but I think I just like see a mid wave and my heroes are around it, so I feel safe not to take it. Is what I do. But I think I could go get bot in.
Is that like all you're thinking? Like, is there not anything more? Like, you gotta give me. I'm talking like every possible thought that could be racing through your head, and you just like announce it to me and everyone
possible
watching.
Thought. Okay.
Anything else? I don't know. Maybe
like,
that's it. I don't know.
Weaver's BKB status, I would probably check because he's kind of getting owned a bit. Oh no.
What about your
Weaver's
status?
BKB is yep.
What about your status?
We're both not buying BKB. I feel like I want to go farm and wait because I want to get the item I'm greeding out for.
You just told me you want to go farm and wait, and you're not looking to do anything, and there's a available wave bottom. What am I missing here?
What my Weaver wants?
Oh, I'm saying that, like, why aren't you fucking bottom?
Oh, I don't know.
Like, I'm saying you literally laid it out for me, and then you're I'm saying that you walked out of base, and you just, like, walked to right here rather than just walking this way.
Yeah.
The way I would envision this is that, like, because of all the factors you just listed, you're looking to farm, you're looking to finish your item. Because your Weaver's dead for 60 seconds, you're not looking to do anything just yet. The hero that threatens to kill you, Wind Ranger, is dead for 40 seconds. So that means I have 40 seconds to take the most dangerous farm on the map. And then the following 20 seconds, I want to be a bit safer. That's, like, exactly what I'm thinking. Do you see how that plays out?
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, most dangerous area on the map, down here. Right? So, like, I would walk there. And then by the time Wind Ranger's alive, I'm out of there. Like, that's how I look at it. But, like, anytime you don't go bottom is just a missed opportunity. So, it's just interesting that, like, you walk to your team here when it's like your Weaver's dead, you know? Luna's respawning, Weaver's dead. Why are we hanging out with our team mid? I don't know.
No reason. Similar
earlier where I thought you were unnecessarily hanging out with your DK to pressure that mid tower. Same thing here. Like, you and him are just splitting farm for really no reason here. Like, why aren't you clearing this wave? Or whatever. Why is this wave now pushed into your tier 2? Why is the map collapsing on you guys? These are, like, really important questions to ask yourself. Because now you're fighting again 1,000 gold off Ags. Can we just fucking chill? I mean, if it works out, it works out. I mean...
It's not optimal, though.
Eh, maybe Tide not having Ravage makes it okay. It's like one of those situations where that's a fight where I don't mind TPing into this fight after, like, farming top or something, but, like...
Yeah,
being with my team grouped up, being forced to fight is not what I want there. Yeah. Big difference, right? Big difference. Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah.
Oof. Here we go again. Once again, fighting at their tier 2. Like, okay. I mean, it's just like the same thing. It's like you kill their Tide, you kill their Mars.
It's objectively really bad.
Like, this is a situation where you kill their Tides and you kill their Mars. Like, let's just evaluate, dude. You're 600 gold off of an item. Your DK has fucking 60% health and no mana. And he's 150 gold off of BKB. What the fuck, man? Like, don't hit this tier 2. Go have somebody go farm bottom and somebody go farm top. And then by the time they're alive again, you'll have Ags, he'll have BKB. You wait for the next DK form and you fucking go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's just inefficiency.
It's actually a lot of little inefficiencies, I think, for you. I'm seeing it kind of time and time again. I think you're not turning the button off. Like, you want to pressure, but you're not willing to... What I've seen from really good players is that they... like, I was, like, watching Koik for the other day, and he's just like, yeah, guys, I'm finishing this item. Like, I will be way stronger with this item. I will finish it. And I was like, okay, you know what? If that's how a tier 1 Dota player communicates to his team, like, that's how I'm going to think and how I'm going to communicate to my team. It's like, today... It actually happened multiple times in my pubs. Very strange. You know, I remember in my Sven game, I was communicating, I want my Satanic before I fight, okay? And I was like 2,500 gold off of a Satanic because I had one stupid death. And I was like, okay, guys, I need a Satanic now. I literally farmed as quickly as possible, trying to play as aggressively as I thought reasonable for 3 minutes. 100 gold off my Satanic, my team, like, runs into our own jungle as 3 and dies. And I was just like, what? Like, why? And then I was like, I was Batrider, and I remember I was telling my team, I'm farming my BKB. I literally had the BKB being delivered to me, and they smoke without me. And I'm just like, what? Like, why? But, like, the biggest emphasis that I'm telling you is you will be, like, twice as strong in 600 gold. Like, your net worth right now is 9,800. 600 gold from now, you're, like, twice as strong. Like, literally twice as strong. So, why? You know? Like... Just go get it. There's no reason to exert, like, fake strength here. Do you know what I mean? Like, by fake strength, it's like, you're trying to... This reminds me of that one guy that was like 100 MMR. And he said, you know, I like to push in the first creep wave into the guy's tower because then the guy feels the pressure of the creep wave underneath his tower. And I said... I was like, but you're not doing anything to him when he's underneath his tower. Any decent player would just, like, be like, oh, thanks for the free XP underneath my tower. It's like... These guys are like, if you could, like, pause the game right now and the opponent could see your net worth and your gold, they'd be like, why the fuck is this guy fighting us 600 gold before his Axe? Kill him. You know, like, yeah, that's what they're thinking. So, it's definitely a big deal for you. You definitely don't play around your own timings enough. That's I can tell that alone from just one game. Since you're gold tier, Void Spirit, you play a good amount of the hero. Like, you know how much stronger this hero gets with an Ags. So... okay. So that's like a perfect example where you won the fight, and chose to try to go for an objective rather than hit your timing after the fight. It's beautiful if you can win fights right before your timings. Like, that doesn't happen as often.
I would deliver it as their Luna steps up, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so... Let's see. Still don't have your axe, 20 gold off. Oh, you fucking dissimulated right into that arrow. Okay. Okay, we finally have an Ags. Okay, forced out of BKB.
Alright, I said I'm forcing our BKB, boys. Play behind me. Very
Yeah, Wind Ranger's a hard hero to play against. I don't know what else to say. Okay. That guy just didn't want the DD, I guess.
He fraud, dude. Yeah, he didn't. I don't know. He's either one of the two. I wasn't gonna argue with him unless he said okay.
Have you casted Dissimilate?
Not yet. No.
What the fuck? That was like a 40-second long team fight and you never went in. That was a little weird, champ. I don't know if I have much to say about that one.
I didn't want to dive under their high ground, but I guess I should have done it.
Let's watch this back for a sec.
I didn't feel like there was a really great opening for me to. I tried to silence the tide, but I just wanted to leave. They already like used everything.
The way I look at this is that there's a lot of threats, okay? There's like Shackle, there's Arrow, there's Arena, there's Ravage. The second he Arenas, the only thing you're gonna get hit by is Ravage, I think. Like, in terms of, that'll catch you off guard, okay? So, like, yeah. I see this as an opportunity where, this isn't exactly straightforward, but the second that Mars Arena'd, I feel like with the hero type that you are, you just Astral Step in to the Mars and just push Resonant Pulse, and then Dissimilate immediately, and then the way I would think about Slark is, like, now I have a second and a half to, like, reevaluate. Now what? You also have Ag Shard, so for all intents and purposes, you could Dissimilate from here to, like, over here.
Yeah.
You could get, like, way out of dodge with that one, but, like, the point is, if you see, like, some skills go off, and you're a hero like Void Spirit, like, you can buy, like, 2 seconds for yourself. You just need to fucking go. Like, you actually just need to go. I know that sounds like... I don't want it to ruin you in, like, situations where you're not, but... Like, if there's too much to dodge, you have to let some of it go off, and then...
Yeah.
And then you go. The last thing I want to see, though, is them blowing, like, 3 spells on your Weaver's Aegis, and then you just spending the entire fight running away. Dude, like, right now, fucking double Astral Step these fucks. Like, why? Like, your Weaver's about to respawn on top of this shit. Fuck these guys right here. Like, what are they doing? Like, they're about to get respawned on by a Weaver, and, like, if you need to double Astral Step and then, like, Dissimilate the fuck out of here, then so be it. But don't just leave 4 heroes that are sitting on top of your Aegis, dude, to sit on top of your Aegis, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, as a carry player, I'd get incredibly triggered here. I'm just like, dude, cast some fucking spells, bro. Like, just throw them out there. This is when you see, like, Twitch streamers or, like, people in Twitch streamers' games where they're, like, making fun of the guy or, like, shit-talking the guy because he didn't cast any spells. They're like, team, spells, cast? It's like, if I'm respawning with 4 heroes on top of me, what do you think I want you to do, man? Fucking hit these guys with shit. Like, I don't care if they're BKB'd. You know, you have a cheese. Cast W. Cast Astral Step. Anything. Fuck. Fight's already over. Okay. Well, you cast Astral Step, so that's good. Okay. You can't be that scared. If you're gonna play mid and you're gonna play Void Spirit, you're gonna have to play a lot less scared than that shit, dude. I don't know if you lost confidence in this game because you got arrowed like 6 times or whatever, but
it's possible.
I want to sell you this in a constructive way. If you can't do that as a mid laner, it doesn't fucking matter what your MMR is. You're never gonna be a relevant player in the game of Dota 2. Okay? Like, If that fight's happening, you have to be able to go in, cast like 4 fucking spells, do like 2,000 damage total, and maybe live. You just have to be able to. Like, that's a mid laner. The reason why I can't play these spirit heroes is because I suck at this. Like, I literally suck at this. Like, balls to the wall playstyle. I suck at this. Okay? So, that's why when people ask me, BSG, I see you own on Leshrac and stuff. Like, why don't you ever play mid? And it's just like, in competitive, when I have mid laners, I literally think they're crazy. I'm just like, these guys are nuts. But they all are. They're literally all nuts. So it's like, you're not a mid laner at a competitive level if you're not just nuts. So, take it from Gunner. Take it from me that I believe, I use Gunner as the archetype, but obviously I think a lot of mid laners are like this. If that's happening and you don't double Astral Step in, double Resonant Pulse, and dissimulate, you're not a mid lane player. Okay? I'm just telling you that, like, I would rather, as a coach, advise you to feed there 10 times over after casting all of your spells than to do what you did there. Like, that, I would need you guys to understand this. Like, if you're new to a hero, maybe you're uncomfortable, you don't know, like, what series of spells you'd push in a row, you're still thinking about it, and you'll learn that kind of stuff. But when you've played a bunch of Void Spirit, man, cast those fucking spells and see if you can live, dude. Like, pull it off. What I mean is, like, when I say there's a situation where you better cast all your fucking spells, the fight's happening, and if you don't do anything, you're going to lose the fight. As a carry, sometimes I have to, like, ditch my team, okay? I just have to be like, wow, if I die here, we actually lose. As a mid laner, when your carry, like, dies with Aegis and he's in the middle of the fray, you better fucking go in, man. You better fucking die. I don't care. Like, go die and potentially save your carry. That's what your job in winning a game is, okay? Are we on the same page? I'm not being, like, too harsh here.
No, I understand.
Okay. It's just, like, it depends. Do you want to, like, grind out the MMR? Or eventually, be a fucking all-star? Like, that's, like, the two choices you got. I'm not promising you're going to be some all-star if you do this shit. I'm just saying that, like, that's what it takes. So, it's up to you there.
I understand.
It's going to be embarrassing, by the way. There's going to be some times where you're, like, you'll, like, literally astral step into a fucking arrow and you just instantly die. And you'll be like...
I have done that this game.
Yeah, you've literally done that already. And I have to tell you, I mentioned this book a lot just because it's such a good context for Dota.
Oh, yeah, the inner game of tennis.
Inner game of tennis, dude. I have to tell you, the worst thing you can do is judge yourself when you do that shit. Just be like, damn, I just astral stepped into an arrow. Probably shouldn't do that again. Like, that's all. Don't beat yourself up. Don't assign, like, damn, I suck. Or, like, damn, that was bad. Don't say that to yourself. It actually f***s you, man. I said on stream, man, I played like shit last game, but I'm happy we won. And then I was like, you know what, guys? I should stop saying that. I had 3 big mistakes last game. The rest of the game, I played pretty well. Like, if you talk yourself in generalizations or you, like, assign a judgment to something you just did, you're gonna get demoralized. And you're gonna play like a like, that's what's gonna happen. Are you on the same page with me here? We all do it.
Yeah, I understand.
If you are scared to go in there, it is a much bigger problem than this example. You know what I mean? Like, whether or not it was this specific game, whether or not meaning, like, because of prior events in this game that caused you to do this, and in most games you would still do it. The fact that you're not doing it in this game means that the reasoning
it's something I do already. Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's not the first time that I do this because it's happening.
Yeah, if you're having a rough game, that doesn't mean to stop playing balls to the wall, bro. That's how Void Spirit plays. Like, I don't care if you've made an idiot of yourself 5 times in a row this game. I don't care. The last thing, that's why I get so mad at my teammates when they're shit-talking the guy on my team that's playing bad. It's like, if the guy is legit a bot and just doing nothing and looks like he actually bought his account, that's different. But, like, if the guy just, like, had a couple bad plays, ate an arrow, or, ate a punch hook and died, it's like, the last thing you want to do to that guy is, like, tell him how bad he is, because the guy's just going to play even worse. I'm just like,
it never helps.
It never fucking helps, man. So, like, don't do it to yourself, at the very least. Like, don't do it to yourself. Like, I don't want you to lose the confidence to cast your spells. I literally said early on in the game, I'm like, wow, you have pretty good spell casting in teamfights. And I just watched, like, that, and I'm like, what? He didn't even cast any spells. Like, not like he missed them, he just didn't even cast them. So, I know it seems like a lecture or whatever, but I hope that's something you can take home from this, that I don't care how bad you're playing in the specific game. Every moment if you are to be the best version of yourself, let's just be very clear. If you're the best version of yourself, no action you have will be dependent upon the actions you've already taken in any game. Whether or not it's because you
Yeah,
played really well or played really poorly, it doesn't matter.
You're just always making the right one.
That's the ideal. Is that easy? No, but
Yeah.
that's the ideal. Okay. You know, we spent a long time on this game. Let's check out the next one. Do you actually win this one?
Yeah, we won.
Oh, you do. Nice. Okay.
Luna
Give me.
came up and fed on high ground, and we won.
Luna's a shit hero. Stop picking it. Okay, go ahead.
It's true.
Go ahead and go to the next. Nice. If you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all that shenanigans, because at the end of the day, YouTube does care about that. You may not care about it, I may not care about it, but the YouTube algorithm does. So please do.